Section 8.4 Special Products. Essential question. How do you square a binomial? So in this lesson, we're going to have different binomials that are squared. So for example, square of a sum is this one right here. So sum meaning we are adding. So we're squaring an addition binomial. And then x plus 3 squared is the same as x plus 3 times x plus 3. Because if you think of it, if you just have 5 squared, that's the same as 5 times 5. So x plus 3 squared is the same as x plus 3 times x plus 3. Square of a difference means that we're subtracting, because difference means to subtract. So if I have a subtraction problem that I'm squaring, it's that problem times itself again. And then difference of squares means that my parentheses are the same, except I have one parenthesis with addition and one parenthesis with subtraction. So those are all of the different problem types you're going to see in this lesson. But essentially we are going to be foiling again. All right, find the product, x plus 8 squared. Now the important thing to know is that you can't just take x and square it and 8 and square it and have that be your answer. And I'm going to show you why. So this is not going to work out to be our answer. If I take x plus 8 squared and expand it, I have x plus 8 times x plus 8. So when I'm multiplying two binomials, I have to FOIL. So my firsts are my x and x. So x times x equals x squared. My outers are my x and 8.
Lori, Alex, come to the office, please. Lori, to the office.
My inners are 8 and x. And my lasts are the 8 and the 8. I can still combine the O and I and FOIL because they are like terms. And then I can write my answer. X squared plus 16x plus 64. So look at my answer compared to what I got when I just squared the x and the 8. We missed that middle term, that 16x. So you cannot just square your x and square the 8 because you're missing the 16x in the middle and your answer is not correct. So you have to write the parenthesis, the binomial twice, and FOIL. All right, second one, find the product. So x minus 5 squared is the same as x minus 5 times x minus 5. So then I have two binomials, so I will FOIL. My firsts are x times x. My outers are x and negative 5. My inners and my lasts. If I combine my O and I end up with x squared minus 10x minus 25. All right, 2x minus 1 squared. Expand it into two binomials. FOIL. outer. Inner. Last. So careful with that one. -1 times -1 is +1. -2x and -2x make -4x. You'll notice a pattern on all of these. Our O and I in FOIL is always ending up the same. So whenever you have a binomial squared, your O and I should be the same. If you look back at the earlier examples, so on our first one, both the O and I were 8x. On the second one, both the O and I were -5x. On the third one, both the O and I were -2x. So whenever you have a binomial squared, your O and I in FOIL will be the same. First, so 4x times 4x is 16x squared. Outer, 4x times 7 is 28x. Inner, 7 times 4x is 28x. 7 times 7 is 49. And once again, you'll see that our O and I made 28 both times. To make 56x, and then my answer is 16x squared plus 56x plus 49. All right, so now we're to the third kind. We've done the first two problem types. Now we're going to do our ones where the parentheses are the same except for one is addition and one is subtraction. So the only thing that's different is those. So let's see what happens on these ones. So FOIL. So our first is x times x, which is x squared. Our outer is 2 times x, so 2x. Our inner is -2 times x, so -2x, and our last is -4. So on this one, you're going to notice we have a +2x and a -2x, which is 0.
Kathy Madden, please call 680.
So all we're going to write is the x squared from the top and the -4 from the bottom. So x squared minus 4 is our answer. We don't have to put 0 in there. We don't put an x because that would be 1x. So we have no middle term. We just have x squared minus 4. All right, let's see what happens on this one. Same thing where you have the same parentheses, the same binomial. One is addition, one is subtraction. So first is 5x times 5x, so 25x squared. Outer is 5x times 1, so 5x. Inner is -1 times 5x, so -5x. Last is -1 times 1, so -1. The same thing is going to happen again where we have the opposites for our O and I, so they make 0. 5 and -5 make 0. So we're left with just our f, which is 25x squared, and our L, which is -1. Summary.